Hey guys, what's going on? Anthony here, and I got part 2 for you guys of my story. A lot of you have not heard this story. A lot of you are new subscribers to me, and I thought I owed it to you guys in 2012 to just let you guys know who I am. Go on a more personal level with my videos. I'm going to talk about this a lot, and I'm going to mention this a lot in my videos for a while because it's just what I want to do. It's something that something's telling me to do it. And so I'm just going to share my story with you guys, and this is part 2. If you missed part 1, I'll put a link in the description. You're more than welcome to go check that out. And if you don't want to, hey, that's, it's just the backstory really. It's not really even part of the real nitty-gritty of the whole thing. So let's pick up where I left off last. I was in high school. I was very frustrated, and people were making fun of me, telling me that I would never succeed in an area that I was hoping to. And I didn't cope with this very well. I had tried doing things to kind of increase my self-esteem, and it was really just a struggle throughout my entire high school years. It was kind of like a cat and mouse game, give and take. And I'm going to tell you guys one thing right now. I know what the problem was back then. The issue, it wasn't lack of motivation or anything. It was just lack of knowing what to do. I honestly did not know what to do. I didn't know half of the things. Well, I didn't even know a percentage of what I know now. But that's what it is, really. You need to know your stuff in order to change your life, and especially if you're trying to change your health. And I just didn't know what I needed to know. So let's pick up my senior year. It's my senior year, and I had been lifting weights all summer, and I got bigger. I definitely got bigger, but even to the point where people were noticing that I was getting bigger. But I wasn't happy because I wasn't lean. I was big, but I don't want to be big and like, still fat. I had muscle and I had fat, and I wanted to get rid of the fat in it. It wasn't working out that way. Unfortunately, my genetic makeup causes me to gain fat really easily, and muscle is not something that comes naturally to me. I'm a very hard gainer. I'm very long though, now that I've come to find out. Now that I've made the lifestyle change, I'm a very lanky person. But back then I never thought of myself that way. And so I met a friend. His name was Jaime, and I remember this guy being so confident. He actually kind of helped me through my senior year. I think if it weren't for him, I don't know where I would be right now, because despite his massive vulgarity and need to want to sexually harass every woman that he ever met, he was a good guy, and he was my friend. For some reason, he latched on to me, and he was like one of the coolest people I've ever met. Like, he could be cool with anybody, and for some reason he was my friend. I really have no idea what he saw in me, but for some reason, I guess he liked how I just kept it real. That's something that's never changed about me. And so my senior year, I'm sitting there, and eventually I get fed up. A game called Modern Warfare 2 comes out, and I decide to say fuck it. I got tired of it, and I quit. I just gave up. It's not something that I hope I never do this again in my life, but unfortunately I gave up. And so giving up, what that did is, not only did it make me not give a hell or give a fuck about what I ate, it made me not care if I worked out or not. I didn't work out for, I would say, about 3 or 4 months straight. And I played massive amounts of video games, sorry. And the other thing that I really fell into was pornography. I got into that majorly, heavily, and I got addicted to it. I don't really want to know. I don't want to say I got addicted to it. I mean, every dude likes, busting one. So it's not like it was a drug or anything, but it was something that I did almost every day, sometimes more than once. It was just something that I used to do all the time. I felt like I had to do it, and so I guess you could say that I became addicted to it. And it's still one of the demons that I face. It's still a demon that I face. It really doesn't go away. I struggle sometimes with lust. I mean, lust is like the sin that I have trouble with. I'm not a very arrogant person. I try not to be. I'm pretty calm. I don't want to hurt people, but I sometimes struggle with lust because I've never been like, the player type, and sometimes, it just you gets on your mind, and it's kind of difficult when now you think about it. We're just spoon-fed all this sexual material, so it's only natural, I think, really. But it ain't society's fault. It's nobody's fault but mine. And so here I am sitting, and maybe some days I would take a shower, maybe I wouldn't. It just depended on how I felt. Didn't really brush my teeth ever. I brushed my teeth maybe once a week or so. I didn't care what I ate. I ate massive amounts of food when I ate, and I didn't eat that often. And I think I played around, I would say, anywhere between 14 to 15 hours of video games a day. It was ridiculous. It really was. I was like a demonic form of my current self. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I really, now thinking back, it's actually really hard for me to think about this, and it's getting harder and harder for me to talk about this as we go on. But I think I owe it to you guys. Anyway, I'm stalling. So I kept going on with this for a few months. So much to the point where I was like 5th or 6th prestige in Modern Warfare 2 by the time it was 2 months old. I think I was already 5th or 6th prestige. And I mean, it was ridiculous. That's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was play my game, come home, jerk off, and that was really it. That was all I was doing for a while. I wasn't happy. I was very, very unhappy. And this, just like I said, it continued for a while, and things got really bad. I remember things got really bad around Christmas time, because I had started thinking of my grandfather again. And for those of you who don't know anything about that whole situation, he died when I was 12 years old, and so I was having a lot of time. I was thinking of him a lot, remembering him a lot, and just to, you know, add on to all the other stuff, I started to get really lonely. I started to look for friends or something, and it just wasn't happening. I was like a social outcast almost. Like at school, I would kind of just be in auto mode, honestly, just autoplay. It would just be me there, kind of, you know, somewhat. But I really just wanted to get home just to play some PlayStation and watch some nasty movies. It was really what I was trying to do the whole day. That's all I thought about, and it consumed me. But something went on, and I decided that it was no problem, that I didn't have a problem, that I was perfectly normal, and it actually became normal for me for a while. And that's when I came in contact with the girl that I'm currently talking to now, actually. So this story has actually been added to in recent memory, or not recent memory, but recent events have actually added to this story. So it's going to be a little different than those of you who remember the old version. I started talking to her again, and I don't want to say her name because I have a fear of Cade, my friend. He's a troll, and I don't want him to go troll her. But I started talking to her again on MySpace. Yeah, you guys remember MySpace? Some of you do. Well, I started talking to her, and I started realizing that she had become a very interesting girl. She was very pretty. She still is, and she was very interesting, very motivated. It was kind of like something that I wanted. And I noticed that she was really into church. So naturally, I began to dwell in that area. Now, with her being reintroduced into my life, I'm going to stop here with the story. I want to pick up in part 3, because this is where things start to change up a little bit, and this is where I start making a comeback in my life. The epiphany happens pretty soon. So I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I'm trying to stay as level-headed while giving this story out as possible. It's a very emotional subject for me. It's very tough. So I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.